What are your visa options and is it possible? Well, let's talk about it. Hello, everyone, and my name is Sydney, and welcome back to Trucking with the Castros, where we've been a homeschool family from the very beginning. We've made the decision to sell everything and move abroad and live in Romania. In today's video, I want to share what the visa options are for moving to Romania. So let's talk about it. The first option is a work visa, which is where a qualified company who then is going to offer you essentially to sponsor and pay for you to work for them for either a set contract term or indefinitely. This option takes approximately 6 months or so to approve, and the timeline is going to fluctuate depending on the current government status and amount of applicants at the time. Also, it should be said that if you change jobs, you must apply well over 6 months so that you don't lose your residency and you don't want to have to leave the country and start the process all over again because nobody wants to do that. Also, if the company goes out of business, you would potentially lose your residency as well unless you could find another work visa within that time frame. So then there's a second option, which is starting a company. This essentially applies to US citizens, probably Canadians and other countries as well, but specifically I know that US citizens can open up a company and live there to run it. It is a quick path to residency, but you do have to run a company. You need to learn new tax laws and new employment laws because they're quite different from America and are standard in the EU. Like an example is in our state where we're from in the US, it's a fire at will. So basically, we can, as a company, fire anyone really without a valid reason, where the EU essentially requires valid reasons and sufficient notice to the employee ahead of time before termination. So there's sort of a natural risk that goes along with starting a business in a new country with a different economy and a new language. And doing this, you can operate one of two tax options here. The first is being a micro enterprise, where you're taxed at about 1 to 3% on total revenue or 16% on income. So I should also mention that with each option, you must apply for a temporary residency each year to show proof of your required income, which takes about 8 years of continuous residency to be eligible for citizenship and to pass a language test. So what option did we choose? Well, we ran a company in the US and we've decided to open a company in Romania. So we spent a long time discussing and praying and figuring out what type of company would be best for our family and our experience as well. Through this, together we decided on a real estate and property management company. So here's some background. I have some experience in real estate. And through this, we can operate and run an Airbnb. We can do property management. We can sell homes. We have our electrical experience in the company. And yes, we are well aware that there is a huge difference in European voltage compared to American. And we are totally prepared for that change. Not only will this area of business allow for somewhat of different streams and multiple streams, but it also puts us directly in our new community, working and living there, which we really wanted to be a part of. So we're really excited to start our new chapter and have just sent in our paperwork to incorporate our company and to have it up and running when we get there so that we can dive in. It takes like 2 to 3 weeks to get it up and going during this time right now. So we also need to find an apartment as soon as we get there. So there you have it. This is your residency options and your visa options for moving to Romania. And again, I know I said like 2 to 3 weeks to incorporate a company. When we first started this process, it was taking less than a week, and now it's taking longer. So like these timeframes that I've told you about, the 6 months work permit and then the incorporation process, these timelines do fluctuate. So it does change. It's changed for us during this process, and it's going to maybe look different for you. So just like keep that in mind with these numbers, that things do change on basically the local government, what's happening in there. And no country's perfect. Every country has its things. So just know that going there. Governments everywhere right now are just different. but we can't choose a country based on government because then you're going to be moving every few years. Everybody's going to be unhappy with something. But this country is what we have chosen for our family for this time period. And we are comfortable and we are happy with this decision. And we cannot wait to move there and start our new life and really get to work when we get there. We have a lot of work ahead of us for starting a company in a new country. So please subscribe, follow along, tell me, have you moved somewhere? What do you think about these residency options and visa options? And nope, we're not going to be earning income from the US over there. So our income is solely based on the country we're moving to. So just to keep that in mind as well. So drop your comments, subscribe, follow along with us. Thanks. Bye.